You are looking live at Southwood County Park here in beautiful downtown Wisconsin Rapids as Zaleski Sports brings you WBA Regional Tournament Baseball. Got a doubleheader for you today. Game 1 features the Holmen Features and the Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe Anderson. I'll be providing play-by-play for you. The amazing Katie Lecton is my producer this afternoon. 2 games coming up. Game 1, number 13 seeded Redhawks of Wisconsin Rapids and the number 5 seed Holmen Features. Let's look at the defense first for Holmen in the leading off. Caleb Mattel is doing the pitching this afternoon. Alex Gavrilos catching. Adam Quam at first. Cameron Weber at second. Trev Van Egtern is the shortstop. Eric Ramseer is the third baseman. In left field is Anthony Vivian, Mason Palmer in center, and Calvin Hargrove in right. Ben Byam is the manager for the Features from Holmen. Holmen down around the La Crosse area. Darren Olson calling balls and strikes here for this game. And doing the outstanding job on PA is Al Searing. Mattel will face Caden Sengbush, Peyton Nelson, and Brad Comer. And the first pitch at 12:39. We'll find out what the temp is here quick. Already by when I was halfway down here, it was already warmer than it was all day yesterday. Beautiful 76 degrees. Katie and I are very blessed to be able to work the final 2 games of baseball on the Zaleski Network for 2024. As we now begin our focus on football and volleyball and soccer at the high school level. Hard to believe that the scrimmages for football will be this coming weekend, and then less than 2 weeks will be, well, it was right back at my coconut, but the screen stopped it. In less than 2 weeks, we'll have our first football games on the network for high school football. Excuse me. Inside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. To leadoff hitter Caden Sengbush, Peyton Nelson on deck. And down on strikes goes Caden Sengbush. Good pitch from Mattel. 1 down brings up Peyton Nelson, the pitcher. Key Savings Bank, ladies and gentlemen, unlock the best home auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area at Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has the personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big with small rates at Key Savings Bank. Mattel starts him off with a strike. 1 down, bases empty. Just underway here from Southwood County Park. The situation here is this. Rapids with a win is going to qualify for the state tournament. If they would lose to the lads here from Holmen, it would have to be by quite a lot. They would have to beat Ferdings. They would have to defeat Rapids by the score of like 15-2, because one of the 2 tiebreakers is the least amount of runs allowed, and Holmen allowed 8 in one of their previous games, and the Redhawks have only allowed 1. High fly ball left field. This could be gone. Nope. Wind will knock it down, and it's fair. That wind playing quite the role in this weekend's playoffs. And a double for Peyton Nelson. Well hit. Yesterday the wind was blowing. Well, it's kind of starting to seem to come back from the northwest. We'll double check the weather here. It's still out of the west-northwest, so it's still blowing left to right. That most likely blew that ball back into play and maybe kept it from going out. Well hit ball. Brad Comer, the batter, against left-handed Caleb Mattel. John Kromenacher coaching at third base. Got to give a tip of the cap to John, coordinating this tournament. And he basically started the Redhawks from scratch just a few years ago. Wife is working in the concession stand, keeping us well fed. That's the key to making both of us happy. Keep us full of cheeseburgers and French fries, and we're good. Can't speak for Katie. Well, Katie's smiling, so I guess that's good. Tell you, Katie Leckton, she's going places, ladies and gentlemen. Smart young lady. Got enough college offers and whatnot going on. I've been very blessed to work with great producers this year. Swing and a miss. And was fouled. Yeah, I've just been very lucky to have really good producers to work with here at Zaleski Sports. So tip of the cap to Miss Leckton. I first met you when you were a freshman in high school. Smart kid. Knew more. She knows computers, friends. High fly ball center field. Palmer will track it down. Makes the catch. And the sac fly by Comer will move Nelson to third base for second out of the inning. Nathan Kromenacher, the cleanup hitter, center fielder to the bat from the left-hand side. This young man can clobber the ball. He's also the manager for this group. I believe he is John's nephew. Kromenacher is very involved here with Redhawks baseball. Redhawks sporting their red jerseys today with the white numbers, white letters and trim, and the gray pants. Holmen in there. They've changed up. They still have their pinstripe blue pants, gray pants with the blue pinstripes, but now they're going with the blue jerseys with the white numbers, letters, and trim, but gray pinstripe sleeves. They had an all blue outfit yesterday. But they keep the pinstripes. 1-2 the count. Two outs. Runner at third. 1-2 count. Kromenacher takes high for ball two. Rapid sheet metal as the weather warms up. Look to Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids that has more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling today. Fouls that one off. Got to also give a shout out to Steve Maves. Pinch hit for him yesterday. Some things came up, as the things do in life. Good vibes and thoughts going his way. If you want to send some good thoughts and vibes to the Anderson family, they could use it too. Ground ball to Weber at second. And that'll end the inning. One hit. No runs. We head to the bottom of the first. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, get a free quote from Kerry Van Aert State Farm on auto, homeowners, life insurance, renters, and more. For both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield, find Kerry Van Aert State Farm on Facebook to get started. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless here. Joe Anderson, joined by Katie Lecton. Let's look at the defense for the Redhawks, ranked the 13th seed in this tournament. On the hill, Peyton Nelson. Gavin Obremski is the catcher. Tyler Beyer mans first base. Jordan Tibbetts is the second baseman. Caden Singbush at third. Brad Comer, the shortstop. In the outfield, Ben Fonte in left. Nathan Kromenacher in center. Ryan Searing in right. Nathan Kromenacher, the manager of the Redhawks. Peyton Nelson will face Mason Palmer of Emerson Lake and Palmer. We made that joke yesterday. Good lad, number 2. He's a good player. Cameron Weber and Calvin Hargrove. Made the comment to Al Searing, the PA announcer yesterday. I like the music that was being played. 60s, 70s, and 80s, my era. For any size job, when you need equipment, look to Wood Street Rentals, offering a great variety of rental equipment to help you get the job done with delivery service to any job site. That's Wood Street Rentals. Mason Palmer leading things off here in the bottom of the first for Holmen. Strike one. Just a heads up, it takes me at least a good inning to get all the vocal cords and the pipes warmed up here. High fly ball left field. Will it stay fair? Foul. Fonte was in quite a bit and had quite a trot to try to track that down. Wind is brisk from the north-northwest, left to right on your screen, between 12 to 15 miles an hour. It was pretty gusty yesterday. It's already 10 degrees warmer than it was all day yesterday right now. Pop up. Tibbetts makes the catch at second base for the first out. Again, our final 2 games of 2024 for baseball here on the Zaleski Sports Network as we turn our focus now to the high school scene. Football, volleyball, and soccer. Katie and I have already had our football retraining exercise. And we will be working at some, at some scrimmages this coming weekend to kind of get our skills back into shape. Popped out of play. Each sport brings its own problems and issues. Gotta be ready to take them. Baseball, you get kind of settled in, and then all of a sudden you go to football, which is very frenetic. Baseball, much more, I don't want to say relaxed, but not as frenetic. And down on strikes goes Cameron Weber. And that was a Servpro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Servpro like it never even happened. Get to say this the one and only time in this game. Jamie Wenzel, if you're watching, or if you know Jamie, tell him that Joe Anderson is still waiting for his promised Servpro cap. Saw him back in February. Said, hey, I got to get you a cap the next time I see you. He is yet to track me down. So if you see Jamie or Jamie's watching, just reminder I need my hat. 2 down for Calvin Hargrove. I only do that whine once a game, and that's it. And when I get the cap, I'll quit. Fly ball out of play.
Again, please return all foul balls to the beer stand or the Redhawks dugout.
Battle of left-handed pitchers today. Big swing for Hargrove. Two down, 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Full count now. Base is empty. Ryan Nelson and Caleb Mattel, both lefties on the hill today. Win and the Rapids Redhawks are automatically in. And another serve pro, Jamie Wenzel strikeout called. Jamie Wenzel at serve pro, one of the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve pro like it never even happened. We got an inning in. We are scoreless. We head to the top of the second. You are watching WBA Regional Tournament Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, and you think about all the different techniques he's got to have in his repertoire, right? All the arrows in his quiver, and he's got all of them here today.
I mean, medium well. Do you want it rare? Special orders, pickles, no pickles, ketchup, no ketchup.
You know, what we're seeing here, Paul, the spatula control is unreal.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where he's got absolutely no beef. He's just focused on doing his job. Yeah, I mean, without these cooks, everyone would just truly be fried.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
An SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Tyler Byer will lead things off here in the top of the second for the Redhawks. Tyler, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. Gavrilos reminds me of the catcher. He's got all those locks flowing out from beneath his hat. That's how my hair used to look like 45 years ago. Katie looks at me and goes, yeah, right. And so I have to inform you, I'm follically challenged. And I've even had some of my best friends say I have a face made for radio. 2-1 the count to Byer. Ryan Searing on deck for the Hawks. Number 13 seed in this tournament. They win this game, they're in the state tournament. And 2-2 the count now. Good off-speed pitching from Mattel. The only way that the Hawks would not get in is run differential, and it would have to be a blowout win for Holmen. We're talking 10-plus runs or more. As I talked to John Kraumenacher about how this situation is, Rapids wins their end. There's no doubt. Popped up, out of play. Second, the tiebreaker, least amount of runs allowed, and the Rapids Redhawks have only allowed 1. And he said that he believed that Holmen had allowed 8. And then the third tiebreaker is run differential. Popped up out of play. And playable, good play by the third baseman, Eric Ramsier, for the first out. And the run differential would be the third tiebreaker.
Number 8, Ryan Searing.
Not trying to take away from the lads from Holmen, but they've got a huge task in front of them to advance. And our second game, the Brill Millers and the Viroqua Sox, it's Game 7, winner take all. Nice pitch. I got the outside corner. I'll tell you, Mattel throwing strikes very sharp. Ryan Searing now in the hole, 0-2 the pitch. Didn't quite get the corner that time. Darren Olson calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. And down on strikes goes Searing. 2 up, 2 down. Gavin Obremski, the catcher, with 2 outs, bases empty. Wearing the socks. Love the socks. I'm a traditionalist. I like the stirrups and the socks, and he's sporting the red hose today.
Number 19, Gavin Obremski.
Nobody on the Holmen squad doing that. Obremski takes strike 1. Right up the box, right off of Mattel. Reacts, picks it up, and gets the out. Good thing that he got it when he did. Awkward stop, but he's all right. Inning and a half in, we head to the bottom of the second. We're scoreless. You're watching WBA Regional Tournament Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Mattelco has been one of North America's largest secondary aluminum billet producers. Learn more about working at Mattelco at mattelco.com or stop in to apply at their plant in Wisconsin Rapids. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today. And last but not least, Solaris customers have enjoyed the same low price for 5 years running. No tricks, no gimmicks, no kidding. Packages start at $49.99 a month. Visit Solaris.net today and learn more. Bottom of the second inning, scoreless here. Katie Lecton, my excellent producer. Joe Anderson here with play-by-play. Peyton Nelson will face the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the lineup of Holmen and Anthony Vivian, Trey Van Egtern, and Adam Quam.
The second inning is the left fielder, number 9, Anthony Vivian.
Vivian, the left fielder. Nelson starts him out with a fastball right down 8th Street South. That's the main drag here in Wisconsin Rapids. Fly ball left field. Back goes Fonte, and it's going to drop for a base hit. And he mishandles it. But that was for sure a double no matter what. That wind created havoc yesterday. There was a lot of balls that really got very challenging. Routine fly balls that all of a sudden they would start and they would end up going about 10 steps to their left because the wind would push it. Wind is blowing left to right. And a lot of outfielders, you've seen them in pros and even at this level, making one-handed catches. Most of the outfielders yesterday, if not all, two-handed catches on everything. So you weren't for sure where the ball was going to go. Vivian at second and Trev Van Egtern, the shortstop, count of 1-1 to him. Nelson comes set, checks the runner at second, goes to the plate. Fouled off. 1-2. Fonte not usually a second baseman in left field in this game. Playing rather shallow in left. In a way, you can't blame him because the way the wind is blowing, it's knocking everything in and to his left. And that one fouled out of play first base side. Made a Custom Apparel in Stevens Point provides quality decorated apparel from your hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. Made him Custom Apparel in Stevens Point. 2-2 the count. Van Egtern fouls that one off again. And really working Nelson. About the fifth or sixth pitch. Full count now.
Redhawks dugout or the beer stand.
Fonte kind of reminding me of Chris Taylor of my team, the Dodgers. We'll talk about that in a second. Full count. Nelson, the pitch. Fouled off. Chris Taylor plays for the Dodgers. They put him anywhere and everywhere. The only places I have not seen him play is pitcher and catcher. If you need somebody to play a spot, Chris Taylor is there. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. And a lot of Milwaukee Brewer fans don't like to hear about Chris Taylor. He made that big catch in the 7th game of the NLCS a few years ago. Would have been extra bases and most likely been the winning runs for Milwaukee, and they would have sent it to the World Series, but he tracked down that catch. And that helped save the game for the Dodgers, and they won in the World Series. Popped up again out of play. Will it stay in? No. Hits in the stands. Kike Hernandez also kind of fills that need for the Dodgers. I'll get off my Dodger kick here in a minute. But it's always good to have people that can you play short? Sure. Can you play second? Outfield? Whatever. Always handy to have a player that's got skills to go anywhere. That foul ball got people in the stands a little shook. Beautiful baseball facility here. And after all that, down on strikes goes Van Egtern. That was another Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout call. Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. One down, one on, and Adam Quam, the batter. Vivian led off the the bottom of the second with a double to left. Outfield, Kromenacher about midway in the center field. Fonte about midway in left. Shortstop Comer will scoop it over to first, and Byer secures the catch for the second out. Pretty pro Rapids crowd here in Wisconsin Rapids. Hometown lads. If you get a chance to come on out to the ballpark, do so. This is a beautiful facility. It's all artificial turf, infield and outfield. Gavrilos the batter, excuse me, with 2 outs and 1 on. And it'll look good, but not a strike. 1-1 the count. State tournament will be held in River Falls. I believe in 2 weeks. But this is our final weekend of baseball on the Zaleski Network. Katie and I get to do the last 2 games of the season. Woohoo! 2-1 the count to Gavrilos. Make that 2-2. Two outs, one on, and a 2-2 count to Gavrilos, the pitch. Bounced. So a wild pitch allows Vivian to scamper to third. Nelson gets the sign and the windup in the pitch and foul that one back. Got to admit, I have seen some excellent catching here this last 2 days. Did a triple header yesterday with Olivia Zimmerman. Excellent producer. And now working with Katie Leckton, another excellent producer. But I think I saw 2 balls skip by a catcher yesterday. And down on strikes goes Gavrilos, another Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Called Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. 2 in the books. Top of the third coming up. Scoreless between the Redhawks and the Features. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics encourages you to stop living with pain. Come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more, come to Wisconsin Rapids Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids. Next Step Prosthetics. Providing prosthetic and orthotics care throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. And for the best in financial advising in the Wisconsin Rapids area, make the easy choice with Investor's Choice. Find them on Baker Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Investor's Choice Financial Advisors.
Leading off for the Redhawks in their half of the third inning is the left fielder, number 4, Ben Fonte.
Fonte leads off with a little chopper. Mattel scoops it, gets the out. 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch.
Second baseman, number 7, Jordan Tibbetts.
Jordan Tibbetts, the number 9 batter here in the lineup for the Redhawks. And takes strike 1. An old-fashioned pitcher's duel here in the game 1 of this doubleheader. Game 2 will feature Brill and Viroqua. Holmen would need to score a slew of runs and hold Rapids to few or none to have a chance to advance. And down on strikes goes Tibbetts. About 4 pitches.
Top of the order for the Redhawks, the third baseman, number 12, Caden Sangbush.
They're not keeping track of the number of pitches. They usually don't at this level, but all I can say is both pitchers have thrown very few, although they have worked Nelson a little bit tougher, the Holmen batters. He's probably thrown about another 10 or 12 more than Mattel. This is Caden Singbush, top of the order, who struck out looking in the top of the first. Count of 1-1 to Singbush. Make that 1-2. As a producer and as a play-by-play person, we kind of like these games because they roll right along. You got good pitching. Ground ball could be trouble. Van Achteren will knock it down, get it to first in time for the out. 1-2-3 inning. Head to the bottom of the third, scoreless. You are watching WBA Tournament Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Liking the music. Gotta hand it to Al Sperling, keeping me happy over here too. John keeps me full of cheeseburgers and fries. Al keeps me full of good music. Hey friends, Sparhawk Trucking has become one of the area's leading trucking companies, reliably hauling for over 44 years. Come work for the best and learn more at sparhawktrucking.com. And from residential to commercial and even industrial, when you need an electrician, Econ Electric is at your service. You can always rely on Econ Electric, where every job is done safe, done right, on time, every time. Econ Electric. Bottom of the third inning for Holmen, Mattel, Ramseer, and Palmer, 8-9-1 hitters in the lineup for the features. Found out where they get their name from. They are sponsored by a establishment in the Holmen area called Features Bar and Grill. And that's where they get their name from. Kind of like the lads from Sparta. They are known as Sparta Miller. Foul back. And they have their old gold-painted school bus that they drive to all their away games with all the Miller logos on the sides. It's an interesting sight to see the Sparta Miller bus pull in. 1-2 the count. They get 2-2. Had a funny story about buses in the second. Did he go? No, he did not. Redhawks want a strikeout. Holmen says, oh, he held up. Doesn't make any difference what we think. It's what the gentlemen in blue think. Full count, 3-2. Nelson's pitch. Popped up. It's going to stay playable. Tibbetts will, or is it Byer? Byer makes the call and will make the catch. I used to direct the Clark County Male Chorus, and every year we would have a spring sing, and we would go to different cities of sponsored choruses, and there was one out in North Dakota, what we would always go to. And they traveled in style. popped up. Is it going to stay in play? Looks like it. And Byer back-to-back putouts. Anyway, they were the farthest west, and they had a big tour bus that they would take. And there was about 25, 30 fellows and their director that would go. And I don't know how they did it, but they somehow got a piano loaded into the bus. They had it anchored down to the floor so it wouldn't roll around as the bus drove. And they would be singing and partying and having a good time going to wherever they had to travel. And that was quite a sight to see pull in the different big things. 2 down, top of the order, and Mason Palmer, the batter. That's the second pitch I've seen bounce. 59-foot fastball. Quality Plus Printing in Wisconsin Rapids can help your businesses with all of your printing service needs. Visit qpprinting.com. 2-1 the count with 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the third, we are scoreless in this first game of a doubleheader. Fouled off. Darren Olson calling the balls and strikes. Craig Terpstra on the bases. High for ball 3. Nelson a little chagrined with himself. He wanted to pull that one down. Tailed on him. Starting on the far left-hand side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Sengbush scoops it. Byer can't secure it, so that's going to be an E5. That's an E5. That throw was well offline to Byer. So Sengbush with the error on the throw. Only the second base runner for Holmen in this matchup. They had Vivian lead off the bottom of the second with a stand-up double, and he was stranded at third. 2 outs popped up out of play for Cameron Weber. Cameron struck out looking in the first inning. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Fly ball, left field. This could be trouble, and it's going to be. It's in the gap over Fonte's head. And Palmer is turning on the Jets and comes in to score on the double by Cameron Weber. That error proving very costly as Palmer comes home from first base with 2 outs. Contact, he was on the move. And it's 1-0 Holmen. Always hardest to get that third out. Heard me say that quite often this season and previous seasons. Hargrove hits a fly ball to right. Searing will make the catch for out number 3, but the throwing error proves costly. Holmen capitalizes on it, and they take the lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Paul, what we're looking for today first is that basic shopper, the one that's going to go for fruit that's in season right now, because those are the easy picks, the raspberry, the strawberry, the blueberry. But the experts, the one who are going to get the job done today and shine bright on a day like today, those are the ones shopping for the mangoes.
And when you think about vegetables at the grocery store, really there's a lot at stake, because at this point your next stop is the meat market. You don't want to be chicken when you go ahead and pick out your vegetables. You got to make sure you got the right pairing.
When you double clutch on your list, that's when things quickly spiral out of control. The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Friends, you can get Culligan water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. A very costly error for the Redhawks leads to the first run of the game for Holmen. We head to the top of the fourth with the Features leading 1-0. Joe Anderson, Katie Lechten bringing you game 1 of 2 today. This is Peyton Nelson leading off the top of the fourth. Peyton 1 for 1 with a double in the first inning, but stranded at third base. Caleb Mattel pitching for Holmen. 3 strikeouts, no walks, only 1 hit allowed. Battle of left-handers. Pitching from the windup, Mattel throws outside for a ball. I see John Kromenacher down in the third base coaching box. Big shout out to him. He basically built the Redhawks from nothing just a few years ago, and he's managing this tournament and doing an awesome job. Can't help but like John. Firm, solid handshake, pleasant demeanor, right up the box. That was one of those hello moments for Caleb Mattel. And a solid single for Peyton Nelson to lead off the top of the fourth. So a shout out to John Kromenacher and the Redhawks for hosting a great tournament here in this beautiful facility in Rapids.
The shortstop, number 22, Brad Comer.
Brad Comer flew out to Mason Palmer his first at bat in center field. Quam holding the runner on at first, and strike one. Redhawks with those red jerseys and the gray pants. Oh, and 1 the count. High fly ball. And back. And Palmer can't make the catch. That wind plays the difference. Here comes Nelson. And we're tied. An RBI triple for Brad Comer. That wind making the big difference from the northwest. Holy cow. Second triple I've seen in as many days. And it was in a bad spot. Palmer had a beat on it, but the wind is blowing left to right. But since sometimes it lets up and you think, oh, I got it, and oh, snap, it goes back. And that thing was on a rope. It's amazing that Palmer even got to it. We're tied at 1. Batting from the left side is Nathan Kromenacher with Comer at third, the go-ahead run for the Redhawks. 1-1 count. Kromenacher with a chopper to Weber at second. He's going to throw home, and the throw is offline. And Kromenacher is going to end up at second base with a fielder's choice. Errors playing a big part in this game so far. As the Hawks take the 2-1 lead here, still nobody out. In the top of the fourth. A win secures the Redhawks moving on to the state tournament. Holmen has to win by a slew of runs to have a chance. But they're not going to go without a fight. These lads from Holmen are pretty sharp. Tyler Byer with nobody out, and Kromenacher at second. And he hits a fly ball to left. If it stays fair, it does, right down on the line. That'll bring in Kromenacher. And Byer slides in with an RBI double. Just like that, The Redhawks bats have come to life here in the 4th inning, and they lead 3-1. Still nobody out. And Byer at second. Ryan Searing, the batter, struck out in his first time in the box. Dad Al doing an awesome job on the mic for PA work and cranking the tunes. Thank you, Al. 0-1 count. Swing and a miss, make it strike 2. His teammates encouraging him. Mattel gets set, checks the runner, goes to the plate. Searing with a fly ball to right. Oh boy. And it's going to drop for a base hit. Kind of in that Bermuda Triangle. So the bats have come to life. For the Redhawks, the Texas League fly ball in that Bermuda Triangle between first, second, and right. Again, the wind a factor. Not as brisk, I don't think, as yesterday, but still enough to influence where that ball goes when it's hit up in the air. Gavin Obremski, 0 for 1. 6th batter of the inning. Still nobody out. 3 runs in for the Hawks. Count now 0-2. That pitch outside. Got quite a few viewers tuning in, so thanks to all the viewership. If you want to leave a comment on the YouTube chat page, find out where you're watching from, that would be greatly appreciated. I'll recognize you on the air. 2-2 count to Obremski. Fonte on deck. Still nobody out. Runners at second and third, and 3 runs in for the Hawks. Mattel, the pitch. Gravillos did his best to try to frame it, but it was too low. You can kind of see how he's pulled that back up. Olson, experienced umpire behind the plate. The pitch. And down on strikes for the first out goes Obremski. Fonte, the batter. Ben Fonte, the left fielder. I overheard the lads next to us saying that Ben usually plays a lot of second base and now in left fielder today. Fans encouraging Ben. See if he can get a hit. And he does. He puts it in play. Knocked down by Weber, but he'll get the RBI. As he knocks in Byer from third to make it 4-1. Searing will end up at third. Do we have a pinch hitter, fellas? Yes, we do. Number 15 is pinch hitting for the Hawks. Brennan Huber. So Huber pinch hitting. Or Jordan Tibbetts. 1 out. Runner at third. And we've got 4 in here in the top of the 4th for Wisconsin Rapids. Still technically a pitcher's duel. Pinch hitter Brendan Huber here with only 1 out, or 2 outs, excuse me. And he hits a fly ball foul down the right field line. Hey, if you're watching from Holmen, make sure you write on the live chat page and tell us that you're watching, or likewise from Rapids, or if you're watching from Timbuktu. I always try to encourage people to write in comments where they're from. Got to be positive. Had one watching from China. Had one watching from outer space. That was the one that made us all chuckle, watching from the Andromeda Galaxy. Full count, 2 outs, runner at third, the pitch. Down on strikes to end the inning for pinch hitter Brendan Huber. Well, the bats come alive for the lads from Wisconsin Rapids. They score here 4 in the 4th. They now lead 4-1. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool. Tuition, we're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Up to $200 back on select sets of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card. Through June 28th at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Jamming out the 80s tunes here in Southwood County Park in Wisconsin Rapids. We just got our picture taken. I hope that doesn't end up in the post office. Bats came alive in the 4th inning for Rapids, but errors have played a big role in the last 2 at-bats. An error on Rapids led to the first run being scored by Holmen, and a big error in the top of the 4th kind of helped open the doors for Rapids to score 4. Bottom of the 4, can Holmen answer? Anthony Vivian, the batter, 1 for 1 with a double in the 2nd inning. We thought maybe there would be possible defensive changes here in the bottom of the 4th for Rapids, but none occurred, so we move on. And down on strikes goes Vivian. That was a ServPro Jamie Wenzel strikeout call. Jamie Wenzel at ServPro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. ServPro like it never even happened. Trev Van Egtern, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. Sports number 5 on his back. First pitch, hits it up to center field. Kromenacher, and it ends up in that Bermuda Triangle between Tibbetts, Searing, and Kromenacher. We've seen a couple of hits like that called Texas Leaguers the last few innings. Again, the wind, just enough of a factor. It seems to be a little more swirly today. It was fairly brisk yesterday. It's not as brisk today, but kind of swirly. We've seen several balls somewhat misplayed in the outfield. You're not really sure where the devil the thing's going to go. Kind of reminds me of old Candlestick Park. Ground ball right up the box. Could be 2-0 through the wickets of Tibbetts. So back-to-back hits. We'll put runners at first and second with 1 out. When the Giants move from New York to San Francisco, their new home, Candlestick Park was out on Candlestick Point, right on the bay with the. And in the morning, when the people that had the land that were going to build it sold the idea to the San Francisco officials. They took them out there in the morning when the wind was pretty calm, and they could get a lot of construction work done. In the afternoon one day, the owner of the Giants, Horace Stoneham, went out to see what was going on at the park, and it was in the afternoon, and all the workers were sitting around drinking coffee at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and asked, what the devil's going on? Why aren't you working? And they said it's too windy, and you could see the light tower swaying back and forth, because once the sun comes up in Frisco and that Bay Area and Bay Point, that wind really whistles. And if you'd ever been to San Francisco, the Candlestick Park, before they wrapped it around for football, it was very windy. As Mark Twain said, the worst winter he ever lived through was the summer he lived in San Francisco. Fly ball popped up, could be trouble. Kromenacher calls him off, makes the catch. So Gavrilos down for out number 2. Yeah, it's an adventure between the infield and the outfield on fly balls. 2 down with Van Egtern at second. And Maddle, the pitcher, will bat 0 for 1. He popped up to Byer at first. 2 on, 2 out. Quam at first, Van Egtern at second. Five strikeouts for Peyton Nelson on the afternoon. Both pitchers work fast, throw strikes. Let the batters put the ball in play and keep the defense on their toes. That pitch outside for a ball. Clouds starting to roll in. Not overcast, but mostly cloudy. Right down 8th Street South for a strike. 2-2. Can thank the Canadians for this air. This cool air coming from Canada. 2-2. The pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. So Maddle out on strikes. They threaten but do not score. We head to the 5th. 4-1 Rapids. You're watching WBA Baseball Playoffs on Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Welcome back to WBA Regional Tournament Baseball on Zaleski Sports. Joe Anderson here, joined by the maestro of the modulator, Miss Katie Leckton. Head to the top of the 5th. 4-1 Rapids. Win and they're in. Holmen needs a slew of runs as they go by runs allowed to even have a chance at advancing. But they're still putting up a good fight. They want, if this is going to be their last game, they want to go out with a bang. Singbush will lead things off for Rapids here. Top of the order. Caden 0 for 2. Maddle has pitched well. Just got hit pretty hard in the top of the 4th. He gave up 4 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 4. yet to walk a batter, only allowed 5 hits so far. But a big error kind of helped things open the door for Rapids to score those 4 runs. Good group of viewers watching on the network. Again, I encourage you to leave a comment on the chat line on YouTube and give you some recognition where you're watching from. Strike call. 3-1, 3-2 now the count. If you're in the Rapids area, get over here. This is a great ballpark. Ground ball in the hole. Van Egtern can't make the play. That's an infield hit. Good stop by the shortstop, but just too far. That throw would have been way offline. I don't know if a pro baseball player could have made that play. So he knocked it down, held the ball single for Caden Singbush. Peyton Nelson. Peyton on the afternoon, 2 for 2 with a run scored in the 4th. The pitch. Nelson takes high for ball 1. Doubleheader this afternoon on the network. Shortly after the conclusion of this game, we've got a winner-take-all game between Brill and Viroqua. So stay tuned for that shortly after the conclusion of this game. We're in the top of the 5th here. It's 4-1 Rapids over Holmen. Caden Singbush at first. Peyton Nelson, 2-0 count to him. Mattel. His pitch foul out of play. Oh, no, it's going to stay in play. Maybe no. We're not sure because that wind, now all of a sudden, now the wind has kind of started to pick up. It's blowing into the press box. At least it's about 15 degrees warmer than it was yesterday. I don't think it got above 68. I think it was 69 degrees the warmest it got yesterday. It's around 80 today. The pitch outside for a ball. Friends, you really can't complain about the weather we've had here this summer. Yes, we've had a lot of rain, but for temperature-wise, it's been pretty mild. Think of those poor people living in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. They're just cooking. Fly ball, this might drop, and it does. And another base hit. Back-to-back hits for the Redhawks. Runners at first and second, infield fly rule in effect. And a big spot for Brad Comer. Brad with an RBI triple in the 4th. And a throwing error by Cameron Weber helped open the doors for more runs to come in. In that inning. Solidly built shortstop for the Redhawks. And he hits a high fly ball right field. Hargrove will make the catch. And Singbush will advance to third. For the first out. Nelson stays put at first, so runners at the corners. And left-handed hitting Nathan Kromenacher.
Center fielder, number 18.
0 for 2. But that second at bat was a fielder's choice. And that he scored the 3rd run in the 4th inning for the Rapids Redhawks. Oh, and 1 the count to Kromenacher. Runners at the corners. 1 away. The pitch, runner goes from first. Bunt is on. And I think Kromenacher's going to get it. And now you've got the speedy Nelson. Hit and run was on. What an excellent play by the Redhawks. So an RBI bunt for Nathan Kromenacher, who beats out for an infield single and scores a run as Singbush will come in. It's now 5-1. Runners at the corners with still one out. Tyler Byer steps into the batter's box, 1 for 2. An RBI double and a run scored in the 4th. And Maddle, so they're starting to figure him out. Ground ball, it's going to stay fair. They're going to get the out, give up the run. They do get the out, not pretty. As Nelson will come in to score. Maddle throws to Quam to get Byer out. And Nathan Kromenacher advances to second base. 2 outs now. Ryan Searing, 1 for 2. Searing, the 6th batter to come to the plate here in the 5th. Right down 8th Street South for a strike. Excellent bunt by Nathan Kromenacher to help score that run. The pitch. Putting people in play, putting people in motion. Can't help but think that the Redhawks are thinking about last year. They had such an excellent team and got into the playoffs and the wheels fell off the bus. I'm going to make up for it this year. They are playing very well here. Shutout through 3. They have now scored 6 runs in the last 2 innings. Off-speed pitch high away for Mattel, or Maddle, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He comes set. Goes to the plate. High. Big day of baseball here from Southwood County Park and Zaleski Sports. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Searing thought he had ball 4, but was chagrined to find out he didn't. Well, 2 more runs come in for the Rapids Redhawks. They increase their lead to 6-1, heading to the bottom of the 5th. You are watching WBA baseball action on Zaleski Sports.
A nice controlled turn, and here comes the pontoon. What a boat!
I don't know that you can have a better activity today than the pontoon through this event. I said this is a world-class event. That was a world-class trailering of that pontoon right there.
Now we've got the green arrow, so now you got a little bit of a U-turn! U-turn! Oh my goodness!
U-turn? You gotta be kidding me!
It's a broadcaster's dream because we're literally in the middle of a crossing pattern.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports, broadcast of WBA Regional Baseball tournament action here at Southwood County Park in beautiful downtown Wisconsin Rapids. My name is Joe Anderson. I've been providing play-by-play for you this afternoon. My excellent producer, Miss Katie Leckton, mans the meters. Through 3 innings, it was 1-0 Holmen, and in the 4th inning, the bats came alive for the Redhawks. They scored 4 in the 4th and 2 in their half of the 5th. We add to the bottom of the 5th, and Holmen will set up the 9-1-2 hitters in their lineup. Eric Ramsier, Mason Palmer and Cameron Weber. With the win, Rapids would qualify for the state tournament. And pretty much any outcome, unless it was an extreme blowout by Holmen, they would have to win by at least 10 or 15 runs to have a shot. But they're still giving it their all. And Peyton Nelson in his 5th inning of work for the Redhawks. 6 strikeouts, has yet to walk a batter, only allowed 3 hits. And let's make that 4 hits as leadoff hitter Eric Ramsier. A solid single to left field. Yeah, friends, if you want to, feel free to leave a comment on the chat page from YouTube here so we know where you're from. It's always interesting to find out who's watching and from where. The pitch. Good stop for Obremski. Only a few have gotten away from him, and those have been 2 wild pitches from Nelson. That's what you like as an umpire if you're doing the home plate. Strike call. I know Mike Steinwagner and I have talked about this. The first thing I would always say to the catcher for both teams when I did the home plate umpiring, remember, your number one job is to make sure I do not get hit with the ball. And that seems kind of silly, but yet sometimes you get a pitcher who's got a late break on a curveball or an off-speed pitch. And if you know that catcher's going to catch the ball no matter what, you stay in that view a little bit longer to make the call instead of bailing out, which is a natural reaction. Both catchers doing very well today. 1-2 count to Mason Palmer. 0 for 2. Nelson checks the runner at first. Comes to the dish. High for a ball. Last baseball telecasts of the summer for us here at Zaleski Sports, as we will turn our focus now on to high school football, high school volleyball, and high school soccer. Could be 2. Singbush to Tibbetts, but not in time. So Palmer will reach on the fielder's choice.
Second baseman
For the first out. Cameron Weber, 1 for 2. RBI double in the 3rd inning. Pitch outside for a ball. Start time tentatively scheduled for game 2 to be 3:30. And that'll be a big one. That's a winner-take-all game between Brill and Viroqua. Ground ball. Comer at short, over to second. Not in time. Two down. Weber at first, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Calvin Hargrove. Struck out, flew out to right. Ground ball, could be an easy out, and it is at second. So a lot of fielders' choices after a leadoff single. We head to the top of the 6th. It is 6-1 Rapids over Holmen. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
To party. Gotta love the 80s music. We have a pitching change for the lads from Holmen. Eric Ramsier will move from third to the hill. And we'll get the defensive changes here caught up in a second. The pitching line for Caleb Maddle, 5 innings, 8 hits, no walks, struck out 6, but 6 runs came in on his watch on the hill. Now being relieved by Eric Ramsier, who was playing third. Ben Byam now at third.
Leading off for the Redhawks in their half of the 6th is the catcher, number 19, Gavin Obremski.
So Ben Byam now in at third base. And leading off for the lads from Wisconsin Rapids, Gavin Obremski. And he starts out with a hit deep to the hole to Weber at second. And just in time. That was a quick play. Good defensive move by Cameron Weber at short, or pardon me, at second. Just got him. So Ben Byam at third, number 27. And Eric Ramsier on the hill. Ben Fonte the batter. Fonte 0 for 2. Has an RBI, though, in the 4th.
Moving to third base for Holmen is number 27, Ben Byam.
Ben Byam, the manager for Holmen. Pitch outside for a ball, 3-0. Not a bad pitching line for Maddle. 8 hits, 6 runs, struck out 6, did not walk a batter, but we had a pitcher's duel until the 4th inning when the Redhawks really took it to Maddle and knocked in 4 runs on his watch. And a walk given up to Fonte here in the top of the 6th with 1 down. And we'll bring up Jordan Tibbetts.
Second baseman, number 7, Jordan Tibbetts.
Tibbetts 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He was pinch hit for in the 4th inning by Brennan Huber, but Huber struck out. So the number 9 spot in the order for Rapids in this game, 0 for 2. Both struck out. Runner at first with 1 out, thrower to first. Fonte back in time. Pretty brisk wind blowing from left to right. Runner goes, hit and run is on. Byam can't make the play at third. That's an E5. The hit and run was on as Fonte took off on the pitch. And Byam will be charged with the error, at least in my book. Just in at third base. Now, top of the order in Caden Sengbush. 1 for 3 with a run scored. A single and a run scored in the fifth. Ramsey starts him out with a strike. Infield fly rule in effect with runners at first and second, less than 2 out. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Win and they're in for sure. The lads from Wisconsin Rapids. Foul. Holmen needs a lot of runs and a lot of hope. Not belittling them, that that's just how this works in this pool play. They would have needed to win the game and by a significant measure. That ball bounces. Fonte wasn't sure if it was a foul or not, kind of hit the brakes a little bit halfway through and took back off, and he's now at third. Tibbetts stays put at first. And Sengbush awaits the pitch. It's now 2-2. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Second game due to begin at 3:30. This game started at 12:39 and was scheduled for a 12:30 start. And was moving along pretty quick until the fourth inning when the bats lit up for Wisconsin Rapids. Four runs on 4 hits for the Redhawks in the fourth inning. And they tacked on 2 more in the fifth to make it 6-1. Three and 2. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Bases loaded. There is and just putting this out here, not saying it's going to happen, but there is a mercy rule in amateur baseball. But I think in tournament action, I think it's 10 runs after 7. But I believe in tournament that does not apply. I'm not sure. They will play all 9, if I'm not mistaken. Peyton Nelson, a double, a single, and a single. 2 runs scored. He's 3 for 3. That one skips by the first base coach for the Hawks. Had to do a little dipsy-do. How do you do? 1 out, bases loaded. Defensively, at least for Holmen, you've got to force out at any base. Infield at regular depth. They're not playing in. They will get the out, give up the run to get the out, or a double play. Three and 1 now to Nelson. The Rams here having trouble finding the strike zone. And ball 4, so an RBI walk for Peyton Nelson. And we're going to have a chat by Ben Byam with his defense. Tell you what, Katie, let's take a break here, And we'll be back after this defensive conference. You're watching Zaleski Sports Baseball broadcast of WBA Baseball.
Yeah, and you think about all the different techniques he's got to have in his repertoire, right? All the arrows in his quiver, and he's got all of them here today.
I mean, medium well. Do you want it rare? Special orders, pickles, no pickles, ketchup, no ketchup.
You know, what we're seeing here, Paul, the spatula control is unreal.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where he's got absolutely no beef. He's just focused on doing his job. Yeah, I mean, without these cooks, everyone would just truly be fried.
Welcome back after the defensive conference. Eric Ramseer just walked in a run. Still one out. And I think they went over sort of what I was talking about as well. If you can't get the strikeout, at least get the ball in play. You know, give up a run to get an out or outs. With one out, you could get a double play here and get out of the inning. Base is loaded with one out. A lot of speed on the bases for the Hawks. And that's chopped foul down the third baseline. Brad Comer, the batter, flew out to center. An RBI triple in the fourth and a sac fly in the fifth. Oh my gosh, a big hit down the left field line. That's going to bring in two, maybe three. Yes, two are in. Make it three. 3 RBI double for Brad Comer, and this game has been broken wide open. Nelson, Sengbush, and Tibbetts all come in to score for Rapids. And what was a pitcher's duel has now become a decisive lead for Wisconsin Rapids, now leading 10-1. Still one out. Nathan Kromenacher, the batter, with Comer at. Just had a discussion with the lads on the other side of the glass here, and I'm trying to figure out if the mercy rule is in effect or not. Kromenacher hits a ground ball to Quam at first. Quam will miss him. Yeah, he never tagged him. And the wheels are starting to come off the Holmen bus. And that's an infield single for Kromenacher. And that allows Comer to go to third. Quam, all he needed to do was touch the bag. And he instead decided to go for the tag. And Kromenacher, Nathan, who's no shrimp, he's a tall lad, ducked under the tag and reached in and got on base. Inning continues. This is Tyler Byer. Popped up the third. RBI double in the fourth. Ground out RBI in the fifth. Runners at the corners, only one out. 4 runs in. And Ramseer in relief of Maddle for Holmen. It was 6-1. Now it's 10-1. 8th batter of the inning for the Redhawks. Thank you. Just got informed that the mercy rule is in effect, and that's after 7, I believe. Okay, after 7. Kromenacher is going to take second, and they will have no throw. That'll open up first base. Byer, the 8th batter of the inning. Ramseer had a good start, got a ground out. after the first batter he faced in the 6th, and since then a walk, an error, a walk, and that's a base hit. No, good defensive play by Byam at third. Good play by the third baseman for the second out. This is the 9th batter of the inning. This is Ryan Searing.
Number 8, Ryan Searing.
Ryan 1 for 3. Strikeout in the 2nd and the 5th, and a single in the 4th. Dad Al, the PA announcer here. The pitch. Fly ball in foul territory, but Quam gave a great effort, just couldn't track it down. Again, friends, why don't you leave a comment on the YouTube page? Want to find out who's watching and where. It's always nice to know. 1-1 count to Searing with runners at second and third, 2 outs. Foul down the third base line. John Kraumenacher will trot over and pick it up. Ramseer, the pitch. Bounces it. Gravillos knocks it down. The lads from Holmen had a very distant chance to qualify for state. A lot of things had to go their way, but the last 3 innings they have not. Searing pops that one up, but it's out of play. I tip my cap to the features team. They have not given up. They are still giving it their all. 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 on. Make that full count, 3-2, Gavrilos. Good stop. Runners will go on contact. Chopper, Byam over to first, and a wild throw. That's going to bring in 2 more. And Searing is going to dig in for third. So a 2 RBI. Actually, it's an E5. So no RBIs for Mr. Searing, but 2 more come in here in the 6th.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 19, Gavin Obremski.
You know, Gavin Obremski, 0 for 1, or pardon me, 0 for 3. Tenth batter of the inning. Popped up. Searing at third. 6 runs here in the 6th for the Redhawks. Holmen pitching kept the bats quiet until the 3rd and until the 4th, excuse me. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. And since then, they have really taken off, have the Redhawks. Scoring 4 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 6 here in the 6th. They lead 12-1. Mercy rule is in effect if a team is up by 10 or more runs after 7. Outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Ostremski awaits the pitch. Here it is. Fouled it off. Caleb Maddle started the game for Holmen, went 5 innings, allowed 6 runs, and 6 runs have come in now under the watch of his reliever, Eric Ramseer, here in the 6th. 1-2, the count remains. Obremski fouls that one back. And you can kind of tell by the body language of the features they just don't look sharp. And that's ripped foul down the right field line. Count remains 1-2. Obremski, the pitch to him, and base hit, RBI, and he's going to dig for 2. It's now 13-1. Ben Fonte, ground out, RBI, walk, run scored. His second at bat here in the 6th. Always hardest to get that second out or that third out. 11th batter of the inning for the lads from Wisconsin Rapids, and they have broke this game wide open. 7 runs here in the 6th. And now Fonte up, and the count 2-0. That pitch high for ball 3. So if you're Ben Byam, what do you do? The pitch. Wouldn't you know, another base hit. They're going to send him. Obremski will come in to score. So an RBI single for Ben Fonte with 2 outs. I think we're going to have a pitching change here. Yes, we are. We'll take a break and run a commercial or two, and we'll come back with the new pitcher here. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Trev Van Egtern will come in relief here in the 6th inning for the lads from Holmen. Pitching line for Eric Ramsier, 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 3 walks, no strikeouts, 8 runs allowed in his time on the hill. As Trev Van Egtern will come in from short to pitch. Eric Ramsier will move to right field. These darn little stinger bees, sugar bees, they're coming out. Well, when they say the wheels come off the bus, they really have come off the bus, unfortunately, for the lads from Holmen, the features. They came into this game knowing that they had to score, they had to win and score a lot of runs. Not sure who moved to short. They don't have numbers on the fronts of their jerseys. Jordan Tibbetts, his second time at bat here at the 6th, reached on an error and scored a run. 2 outs, Ben Fonte at first. They pitch low. Always most difficult to get that 3rd out. There's a strike. Maddle, Ramsier, and now Van Egtern on the hill for the features. Swing and a miss for strike 2 to Tibbetts. Twelfth batter of the inning. Runner goes, ball put in play. And out at first to end the inning. Redhawks with 8 runs here. 8 runs.
5 1/2. Your new score now reads the Rapids Redhawks 14.
And it's now 14-1 Redhawks as we head into the top of the 7th. You're watching WBA baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
We welcome you back to Zaleski Sports broadcast of the WBA Regional Tournament here from Southwood County Park in Wisconsin Rapids. Joe Anderson, Katie Lechten bringing you this afternoon's first game of 2. And what had been a close game for the first 3 innings has now become quite the blowout for the Rapids Redhawks as they lead 14-1. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. And Anthony Vivian, Trev Van Egtern, and Adam Quam due up to bat for the features. What had been a pitcher's duel for 3 innings between Peyton Nelson and Caleb Maddle has now become 14-1 as the Hawks bats awoke in the 4th inning. 4 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 8 in the 6th. Popped up out of play. And just to double down again, the mercy rule is in effect. That's if one team is ahead of another by 10 or more runs after 7 complete at-bats. Peyton Nelson on the day. 6 strikeouts, no walks. 4 hits through 5. And only 1 run fouls that one off. Intermittent clouds blocking the sun at times. I guess you would consider it mostly cloudy. Not overcast. And down on strikes, that's another Serpro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. It's called Jamie Wenzel at Serpro. For the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration, Serpro like it never even happened. 1 down, Trev Van Egtern. 1 for 2, struck out and a single in the 4th. Those top of those innings really slowed down the pace of this ball game. It was clipping right along. Made that comment, and Katie agreed with me. And when I made it, I looked at her and was like, "Wow, this game is really moving right along." And awful long at bats for Rapids. Line shot. Tibbetts says you'll get nothing and like it. 2 up, 2 down. And Adam Quam, ground out and a single.
First baseman, number 28, Adam Quam.
First pitch. Kromenacher is not going to get to it. It's Ryan Searing. Kromenacher called him off, and Searing was behind him and just put his, after it bounced, and he put his glove out like, okay. Hey, I've played right field a lot, too. I know what that's like. I played a lot more right and left bench. I can tell you that much. Base hit for Quam. Gavrilos, the catcher, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly out to Kromenacher in center with 2 outs, 1 on. Ground ball up the box. And they get the out at first. Good play by the shortstop. Tried to get that force at second, but didn't work. Comer goes to first and gets the out. We head to the top of the 7th, 14-1 Rapids. You're watching WBA baseball action here on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at madeacustom.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. 14-1 Redhawks over the features here. Top of the order coming to bat for the Hawks. Eight.
Leading off for the Redhawks in their half of the seventh inning, top of the order, number 12, Caden
Singbush, first pitch, high fly ball to Vivian, and that's going to go over his head. And the hitting continues for the Redhawks as they continue to really make contact. And a double to lead off the top of the seventh for Caden Singbush. This is Peyton Nelson, single, walk. 3 runs scored and an RBI. Redhawks attempting to punch their ticket to the state tournament. Two 2-0 the count now. Brad Comer on deck. It was 6-1 until that 8-run outburst in the 6th inning made it 14-1. The hot hitting continues as Caden Singbush leading off here the 7th inning with a double. Ground ball snagged by Quam. He'll get the put out at first unassisted for the first out. Singbush stays at second. Comer the batter. Brad with a sac fly in the first. A triple, an RBI triple, and a run scored in the 4th. Flew out in the 5th and had a 3 RBI double in the 6th. Another good stop by Gravillos. Ground ball to third by him, scoops it over to first for the putout. 2 away. Singbush will go to third on that play with 2 outs, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Nathan Kromenacher. Nathan on the afternoon, a ground out, a fielder's choice, an RBI single, and a single in the 6th. Scored 2 runs in both the scored a run in the 4th and the 6th, did Nathan Kromenacher. It was 6-1, but an 8-run outburst in the 6th inning has really put Holmen in a pickle. Kromenacher with a fly ball. Palmer's going to have to let it drop, so an RBI for Kromenacher with 2 outs. And he'll bring in Singbush to make it 15-1. So the lads from Holmen are going to need 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th to keep this game running. It did confirm that the mercy rule is in effect. And a fly ball to right field and caught by Ramsier, and that will end the inning. Another run comes in for the Redhawks. 2 hits. 6.5 complete. It's now 15-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the lads from Holmen. You're watching WBA baseball action on Zaleski Sports.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Paul, what we're looking for today first is that basic shopper, the one that's going to go for fruit that's in season right now, because those are the easy picks, the raspberry, the strawberry, the blueberry. But the experts, the one who are going to get the job done today and shine bright on a day like today, those are the ones shopping for the mangoes.
And when you think about vegetables at the grocery store, really there's a lot at stake, because at this point your next stop is the meat market. You don't want to be chicken when you go ahead and pick out your vegetables. You got to make sure you got the right pairing.
When you double clutch on your list, that's when things quickly spiral out of control.
Fire. 60s music now. Last chance for the men from Holmen as they trail 15-1. Peyton Nelson looking to get the complete 7-inning win. If they can hold Holmen here to 5 runs, or they've got to score at least 5, and they bring up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Ben Byam here hitting here in the bottom of the 7th. Byam's first at bat in this matchup. With the win, the Redhawks will advance to the state tournament to be held in Wisconsin in River Falls in 2 weeks. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Nelson's pitch. Did he go? Did not. 2-2. Down on strikes. That's another ServPro Jamie Wenzel strikeout call. Jamie Wenzel at ServPro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. ServPro like it never even happened. 1 down. Brings up Eric Ramsier.
Right fielder, number 17, Eric Ramsier.
8th strikeout of the afternoon for Peyton Nelson. 5 hits, no walks. That is a big, big plus. And another strikeout. And Holmen down to their last out, top of the order, in Mason Palmer.
Back to the top of the order for the features, the center fielder, number 2, Mason Palmer.
Top of the order draws the walk. Palmer will trot to first base. Cameron Weber, as the features are down to their last out, they have a runner at first. They need 5 runs here.
Number 7, Cameron Weber.
Fouls that one off. Cameron Weber, the batter. Strikeout, double, fielder's choice. Another walk given up. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs. And Holman still breathing.
The shortstop, number 8, Calvin Hargrove.
Hargrove 0 for 3. Strike 1. Hargrove, the batter. And a base hit to right. And they're going to hold the runner at third. So now you got the bases loaded with 2 outs. And Holman needing 5 runs in this inning to keep the ball game going. Calvin Hargrove, the batter. And that's going to be a foul ball for number 9. Hargrove at first, Weber at second, Palmer at third. One and 2 the count. Down to their last strike. Nelson, the pitch. And that will do it as the Redhawks of Wisconsin Rapids punch their ticket to the state tournament as they defeat the 15-1 7-inning win over the Holmen Features. Do a quick wrap up here before we sign off and prepare for the next game. Peyton Nelson went 7 innings. Gave up 1 run on 6 hits. Walked nobody, struck out 9. They get the win. He gets the win. Leading hitters for the Redhawks. Caden Singbush, 2 for 4. Peyton Nelson on fire, 3 for 4 with 3 runs and an RBI. Brad Comer, 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Nathan Kromenacher, 3 for 5, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. And Ben Fonte, 1 for 3 with an RBI and scored a run. It was pretty nip and tuck until the 4th inning when the Redhawks scored 4, then 2 in the 5th and 8 in the 6th, and then 1 in the 7th as they dominated after being behind 1-0 after 3 to take the 15-1 victory. One more game coming up on the network, and it will be a winner-take-all matchup between the Brill Millers and the Viroqua Sox. For my excellent producer, Miss Katie Lecton, this is Joe Anderson saying thank you for watching this game. Final score again, Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks 15, Holmen Features 1. See you in a bit.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on the journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.